Are you ready to turn heads? Luxury isn't just worn, it's experienced. Introducing a Layla Carroll style and new up-and-coming designer collection where exclusive shoes and bags for men and women meets your feet. How about you take a handbag and wear it in style, where each piece is personally designed by Layla Carroll herself and handcrafted from the finest material in Italy. Leather, smooth like butter, bold, timeless, distinctly you. Step into true elegance and make your mark with a Layla Carroll style where confidence meets craftsmanship. Visit a Layla Carroll style and experience the luxury of art that you wear. Hello and welcome back to Improving Your Thoughts by Freeing Yourself. I'm your host, Layla Carroll. Today's episode is practical. Episode 11, Living Your Purpose in Small Everyday Choices. Now, we've already talked about intuition, boundaries, evolving purpose, and relationships. Now let's bring purpose into the small things, okay? Because everyone thinks that purpose is this big grand situation that just appears and it's just big. Purpose is not a grand vision. It's also always pretty much what you do every single day because you was born to do it. That means it's already in you to do it. Little small things start shaping your purpose on a grand vision, all right? So if you ever thought to yourself, I don't have time to live my purpose, I can't see how small choices matter, or I'll live my purpose someday when things are perfect, this episode is for you. So let's take a deep breath. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it for 4 seconds. And slowly exhale through your mouth. Okay. We want to start where you are. That's what you want to do. Start where you are. Don't try to change anything at the moment. Let's figure out what are the small things that you have been doing on a consistent basis. And I want you to know that purpose is a micro choice. So purpose is something that we do every day, not knowing that we're actually doing it, but is it really what you even notice? Because sometimes you don't even notice what you're doing. Purpose isn't only in big life alternate decisions. It's in a micro choice. What you pay attention to, how you treat yourself, especially how you treat yourself. Don't overdo it. Your mind is a muscle. Not only that it's a muscle, it's a recorder. It records everything. So the way you say things to yourself, the way you speak to yourself, how you speak to others, the time and the energy that you put into things, how you spend your energy, all these things matter in your everyday. These small choices add up. I want you to notice them. I want you to honor them. Okay? Even tiny alignment compounds over time. So how do you embed these things? So embedding intuition into your routine, things that you do normally, you know that you know what you're doing, but you're not quite sure how to do it. So how do you do that? Your routines are the invisible architecture of your life. The little things that you do every single day. Like for me, I get up in the morning. First thought that comes in my head is what I got to get done today. I'm always thinking about what do I need to do today. Like yesterday, I told myself I'm going to relax. Saturday, it was Valentine's Day. I said, I'm going to relax. I'm not going to do any work. I'm off. Let's just enjoy the moment. And I had a wonderful time. It is good to take breaks. I have to teach myself that sometime because sometimes I be wanting to just go, and do to the point to where I don't have the time for myself when I need to rest. Then I start getting aggravated when I start taking the time for myself or I'm trying to find it and someone comes along and say, hey, and can you do this? Can you do that? Or would you like to do this? Would you like to do that? Most of the time when I'm resting is usually when I'm at the hotel and I'm alone. And that's like my personal time. Most people don't understand that, especially those I work with, like my crew members. They use that time to get out and venture into the city and just do a lot of things. And when I first started out as a flight attendant, yes, I was doing that too because it was exciting and I got a chance to go places I'd never been before. But I'm starting to go to some of the same places. How many times can I see the same thing in a city? That's how I look at it. So when I tell them no, I'm gonna go ahead and stay in the room, and then some of them be like, "Oh, so you're one of those click it, shed it, and click it person." And what that means, shed it and click it, that means shut the door of your room and click the lock and don't come back out. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes it get that way. It's good sometimes. I get the opportunity to relax, to enjoy quiet. Sometimes it ain't even about quiet. Sometimes it's about getting some other things done, such as my podcast. Like I'm talking to you guys now. I'm not at work right now. I'm actually chilling at home. But even if I was at work, and those are things that I try to do. I try to get in and enjoy moments where I do get to just maybe watch TV and order food and bring it to my room, have it brought to my room, and just enjoy the whole 9 yards of it all. But how about you ask yourself these things, okay? Which habit supports me? Because everyone has a habit. Or you can say, which drains me. So you're gonna look for the one that supports you, and then you're gonna look for the one that drain you. If it's draining you, that is not your purpose, because purpose energizes you. It doesn't drain you. It energizes you even when you have no energy. It brings energy to you. Okay, because you are living what you are actually created for. So if you feel drained in what you're doing, that's not your purpose. But if you find in yourself to always say to yourself, man, I don't care how tired I am, I don't mind doing this, I can do this, that's your micro purpose. All right. Also ask yourself, where am I moving out of obligation rather than choice? What is it that has you doing something just because you want to feel that it needs to be done, but it's not something that you actually choosing to do? Those are the things you want to pay attention to as well, because that might be something that is slowing you down. All right. I want you to adjust small things and understand that those things, you can move things out that are draining you. You can keep what is energizing you. And adjusting these small things can feel trivial, but it builds a container for your purpose. Consistency matters, all right? More than anything else. Always know that, all right? Consistency. When you do something over and over again and you stay consistent with it, you will find it become natural for you, but you also see the progress and the compounding of it changing over time and getting better. It's no different from when you see ants when they're building and you wonder how can something so small carry something so large or more bigger than them, and they continue to keep working and working and working during the summer. So by the time wintertime come, they have everything together that they need to survive the winter. Well, that's the same thing with your purpose, compounding. Keep going, keep going, keep going. All right. Small repeated alignment rewires your nervous system. That's what happens. So choosing energy daily, how do you do that? Energy is actually currency. Now, I was studying about money and how it actually works. And I realized over my course of studying it that I realized that money is not what I used to think, which was paper. Of course, it's not paper now that it's on a card and it's digital, so it can't be paper. But how do we do the digital, and why is it in digital? Why is it in digital form? Because it is energy. How do you get it to come to you? Well, first off, you can't be desperate because desperation pushes everything away from you. But if you are consistent in what you're doing, there's a scripture in the Bible that says your gift will make room for you. That is exactly what money does. When you are operating in your purpose, which is your gift, you start attracting money to you. You start attracting what you need in your life. So I want you to ask yourself in the morning, when you get up every morning, ask yourself these three things. I want you to ask yourself, what?
We'll be back after a quick break.
If you haven't already, check out my luxury shoe and bag collection, a Carroll style. Each piece is personally designed by me and handcrafted from genuine Italian leather. Whether you're dressing up or keeping it casual, these pieces were made to help you walk with confidence. Because real style starts from how you feel. Go to alelacarrollstyle.com and experience these bold, timeless, and completely all you. Check it out. You might find something you like. Does today is going okay, let me repeat it. What is today going to be like for me? So what energy am I going to bring to myself today? What is that? You don't know, but you need to be thinking about it. It's something that you need to think about because we don't really think about these things on a consistent basis. Matter of fact, we probably don't think about it at all, but we do attract energy to us. It is a molecule and an atom as well. We are made of atoms. So it's a molecule. Like, have you ever sprayed something in the air and the aroma travels? I got a better one for you. Have you ever farted in one area, walked away from it, and that is still there, and is lingering on you and is following you? Those are molecules. I know it's funny, but it is what it is. Those are molecules. You basically let out something, and now it is following you, and it attracts whatever is around it, which is other people's nose and their senses. They smell it. Okay, so that is what energy is. So how are you getting yourself out there and putting out there? What is it that you're putting out there, and how are you receiving it? Is one of the most important things about learning how to attract energy to you. So what do you deserve? The next question is, where can I convey it? Where can you convey energy? Where? In your life. I can't tell you the answer to that. Only you can. Where in your life you think you need to attract certain type of energy to you? So where can you convey it? And then the last question is, where will it be multiplied? Would it be your bank account? Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Will it be your bank account? Will it be maybe you want to have children and you want to multiply yourself? Because that's what we do. We bring about a family. That's a part of us. So where will it be multiplied at? Okay? Your purpose shows up in how you spend and how you pay attention. Where you spend your attention at. So not just in a moment of effort, but it's actually where you are literally spending your attention at. Don't overdo. You want to pay attention to where you're spending most of your time at, and you're putting so much energy in it. I noticed back in, not that long ago, but not that recent either. I remember I used to always think, I go to work, I come home, and then I do a routine. I had a certain routine that I did. I would work out. I had 3 days of working out, and then the other days I would rest or whatever. I would make something to eat, and then I would watch TV for about 2 or 3 hours, and then I would go to bed. I'll find what I'm going to wear and go to bed, and then I would get up and go to work again. And this was my routine for years. I would probably say a good 5 to 6, 8 years, somewhere up in there. And as years rolled by, I started evaluating my life. Not only that I was evaluating it, I started looking at other people's lives. So this was usually around the time when I was about to start making some changes. And when I started through my evaluation, what I've noticed was that constant routine was actually shaping me to have a life of boredom. And I mean, when I say boredom, it was no excitement really going on in my life, but I was content with that for quite some time. But when I started paying attention to other people and listening to them and wondering, do I want to end up like this? Because that was the thought that came through my mind. Look at this person, how old this person is. They've been here working this job for 20 some years. What do they have to show for what they're doing? And even though I didn't know the ins and out of this person's life, I just knew what I was able to witness. And then I started asking questions. I literally would walk up to them and be like, hey, asking them different questions. And I remember taking a survey. I literally took a survey, you guys. I sure did. I wrote out some questions and I passed it around the job that night. I remember doing this for like 3 days, and I would ask people, can you give me answers to these questions? So I wrote out 3 questions. One of them was, do you like what you do? Is this where you want to retire? And why? And these people started answering the question. I was so surprised how they answered my question, because I didn't think the people was going to do it, but part of me did know they was going to do it because I was pretty popular at that job. And what I mean by popular, I'm talking about like I was likable. And so when I gave them the little sheet that I had and they filled it out and gave it back to me, I started looking over it and I was like, oh my God, everyone has a lot of the same answers. Part of the answers was, no, I really don't like what I'm doing, but it pays the bills. I say to myself, oh heck no. This ain't it. You just working, and I was doing that. I was literally just working to pay bills. And I said, it sounded a lot like me, like myself. So I had to start changing the way I started looking at my life. And after evaluating my life, I realized that that was not how I wanted to end up, just working a job to pay bills. Now, we all know we all got bills to pay, right? But this also not our purpose. I remember when my grandmother was alive and she was on a fixed income. One of the things that she would always say every single month, by the end of the month, we will not have much food left in the house to eat and we will be hungry. So, of course, you got to get creative. And I used to do stuff like syrup sandwiches, sugar toast, what else? Mayonnaise sandwiches, wish I had some meat on this bread, and didn't have bread, just eat bologna by itself. I mean, go to the neighbor's house. Can we borrow a cup of sugar? Can we borrow some eggs? Oh, I did all that when I was growing up. And I remember my grandmother was like, well, at least the bills are paid and we have a roof over our head. We might not have much to eat, but we got something in there we can scramble up. And one of my aunts was one of her daughters. She was saying, Let me make some goulash. And I was like, what at the time, what is goulash? But then, of course, I know what it is now. Basically, you grab any ingredients that you have in your house that you can put together and make a meal out of it. It might not seem like it go together, but by the time my aunt was finished with that meal, it was good. I mean, it tastes good. Of course, you're hungry and your body is like, I don't care what you put in me, just put something inside of me. So to me, it was delicious. We call it goulash. But as I was doing the surveys and everything, my mindset was like, well, I understand where they're coming from. At least your bills paid. But was that all that was needed to be done in this life? Was just to pay some bills? And as I gotten older, more mature, some wisdom, and I realized, no, it's way more to life than just paying bills. I don't want to die and saying, oh, well, I paid my bills. Because bills don't stop. They keep going. I don't care how much you pay on something. As long as you have it, it's going to have to continue to be paid for. Like your lights, as well as where you live at. You might have a mortgage today and you pay your mortgage off. You still have taxes, property taxes. That's what I'm dealing with now. My land is paid for, but I pay property taxes every year, so it's still a bill. So if that doesn't get paid for, guess what? It goes into foreclosure and it can get taken from me. So even with the place that we're living in, it's paid for. My husband paid for this with cash. He didn't have a mortgage on this place we live in at. He just paid cash for it, but yet still got property taxes. So what I'm trying to say is you're going to always have bills. So that cannot be your purpose. Do not think paying bills is your purpose of living. It is not. It's just what you need to survive, to make it day to day, day by day. So if you are living in your purpose, you will not have to worry about paying bills because the money is energy. Remember, it will come to you. Just make sure your priorities are straight when you are taking care of your situation. Money management. Manage your money well. Pay what's needed so you don't lose anything. But don't focus on that, all right? So what about practical examples? How can we actually put this in a practical way to align with our daily life? First, you want to speak truth to yourself. Speak your truth in small conversations. You speak the truth to yourself. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself what's going on, your truth. Then, when you're talking to people, speak your truth to them. Just don't go out and say, you know what my purpose is. No, you don't do that. I'm talking about just casual conversation. You put it in there. You line it up into the conversation. If someone bring up something that you are doing every day and this is something that you enjoy, it's energizing you, and you realize that it's bringing you great pleasure, it's not hurting you or someone else, talk about it. Okay? You're brewing up energy that's going to start coming to you. And number two, you want to practice. You want to protect your boundaries with gentle clarity. Always, always practice that. All right. And number three, you want to select media, content, and conversations that uplift you or inform you. Be aware. Stay educated. Always be in constant learning mode. Do not think because you have learned one thing, you don't have to learn anything else. You have to feed yourself with good energy, good knowledge, good information. If the news is constantly repeating things that are, I would say, disappointing or depressing, turn it off. Find something else to watch. Find something else to read. Find something else to listen to. Sometimes you might have to disconnect for a little while. Like I did. I disconnected from social media for a few days. Literally, I took it off my phone. I didn't want to accidentally click on it while I'm bored or whatever. And it was actually one of the best things I did, because during those time I got some clarity. I was able to figure out what my next move was and make some sense of the things that was going on in my life at that particular time. You might have to do that as well. Number 4, you want to create micro moments of rest and reflection. Little moments where you just start resting. No social media, get off your phone, put your phone away somewhere, turn it on mute for a little while, do not disturb. Just give yourself that break and then reflect. What's going on right now in my life? What is it that I have to change? What do I need to add? Or do I need to change or add anything at all? Everything is going well. Okay, this is what I'm liking. This is what I'm not liking. What can I do about it? Can I not do anything about it? If I can't do anything about it, let me not worry about that. Because what you cannot fix or change, do not focus on it. You can't do anything about it. So why put your energy there? Put your energy in places where you can do something about it, all right? And then number 5, end your day with a check-in. What felt aligned with you today? All right, what is it? And then what didn't feel aligned with you today? End your day with reflection of alignment. Alignment, did it actually fit? Did it go? Did it flow? All right? And if it didn't, okay, let's not let that continue on, all right? So purpose become tangible when it lives in action. You have to put it in action, all right? I know that for some of you guys who knows the scripture, that faith without work is dead. You can believe in something all day long, but if you don't put action to your belief by getting started, moving forward, putting in some type of effort towards it, then it will never come to pass. It won't come to pass for you. So make sure that you are doing something towards whatever your purpose is. Small choices create clarity. Micro choices are feedback loops. That's what they are. They show you what you value. They reveal what aligns with joy. They help you notice patterns in energy, motions, and fulfillment. This feedback is essential before taking larger leaps. Always think and start small. You want to do that. Think small so you can start growing big. Don't stay small. Do not stay small. Don't stay small-minded. But what you're going to do is say, okay, I'm going to focus on this one little task right here. This task right here. That's it. Now I have mastered this task. Now let's move to the next one. Now I have mastered this task. Let's move to the next one. And so forth and so forth. And before you know it, you have made a giant leap and didn't even know it. But you did it in small tasks, small steps, small increments. All right? That's how you get things done. I tell my husband this all the time. He likes to jump straight to the big thing. And I'm like, no. You're going to get overwhelmed. And then it's going to make you want to quit. You can't do that. You have to start small. So when you sitting here stressing off something that is always in the distance, when you need to come back closer to you, let's deal with what is right here in front of us. So we just sold our house, the house that we're living in. We just sold it. And we just found a new place. During the process of finding a new place, okay, we have to start packing and all these things. And I haven't packed anything yet. And my husband's like, so when are we going to start packing? I said, I am packing. He's like, no, you not. You haven't put anything in the box. I said, I don't have to. And he's like, what you mean? I said, because my mind is packing first. It's showing me, I'm looking around, literally, what I'm taking with me, what I'm not taking with me. Because I'm not taking everything. I want new furniture. I didn't already told you this actually 2 years ago that I wanted new furniture. So you know we're not taking the living room situation. We ain't taking none of that. Not the sofa, not the couch, not the none of that. We're going to take the TV. We're going to take the entertainment system that it's sitting on, but we're not taking the furniture. So he's like, okay. So everything else, I'm like, okay, well, let me talk about how I'm doing this. So I started sharing with him the way I'm doing this. I said, the way I'm doing this is this way. Once I realize what I'm taking, then everything I'm not taking, All right, now we can dispose of it. We can get someone to come and get it who wants it, because I'm pretty sure somebody might want some of the stuff that we have. Then the packing is easy. It's not hard to pack. I have moved so many times in my lifetime. I think I got this down to a science, like literally. So overpacking in the beginning and having boxes just sitting around, we have a whole month before we got to get out of here. So boxes just sitting around, we're going to literally start going through those boxes to use some things that's in there, and it's going to make our job harder. So I don't want to do that. I'll prefer to let it get a little closer. Then that way, when I start packing everything, we don't have to go back in a box to get something out. That's how I look at it. So he was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I say, so break things down in small increments. That's what we did. So we end up going to Starbucks. We do that sometimes late at night, because Starbucks closes at midnight where we are, and we go over there and sit there and we talk and strategize and go through certain things or whatever. And I was showing him how I was packing in my mind, and I'm like, I can put this out on paper for you. And I drew a diagram, because I do like to draw, and my son, he draws too. My dad, he drew. So basically I like to draw, and I was drawing a diagram. I was showing, hey, this is how it's gonna look when we finish. And we got to that part, to our new place, and started about, so what we gonna do about that. So basically, I don't want to get into that story, but no more. I don't been long-winded already on it. So what I want to say is, always start small, because it helps to organize your movements, okay? You don't have to wait for a perfect day to live perfectly. Start small. Notice what feels right. Make one choice at a time. If this episode resonated with you guys, I want you to share it with someone who's learning to honor the small power that they have, that's going to grow into major power later. Okay, so take the next step. So until next time, I want you to breathe deeply. Yes. Exhale slowly. Yes. Okay. I want you to act deliberately, and remember, you're allowed to live perfectly, moments by moment. Do not overdo. All right. So in the next episode, we're going to learn about living fully aligned, integrating your purpose into every area of your life. That is something that is going to be awesome, because now you get the opportunity to figure out how you're going to make it work every single day in everything you do. This is what I've been trying to get to. This is where I've been trying to get at, because everything that goes on in your life is a part of your alignment as well as your purpose, and you have to move some things out, bring some things in, be aware of certain things, and let go of some things. So it is what it is. So until next time, I'm Alayla, signing out. Alayla Carroll.
Are you feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by stress? Introducing Stress Management with Imaging Coaching, your ticket to a calmer, more balanced life. In this journey you will be taking with us here at Imaging Coaching, we'll equip you with powerful techniques and tools you can use to conquer stress, regain control, and transform your life. From deep breathing exercises to mindfulness practices, you'll discover the tools to relax your mind and body. Come join us on this transformative path and unlock a world of inner peace and resilience. Don't let stress hold you back any longer. Take charge of your well-being today with Imaging Coaching, your stress management team. Discover clarity. Defeat stress through Imaging Coaching at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com.